About this situation of products of the same brands but different quality in Czech Republic and Western Europe.
Okay, thank you for the question. It's a very good question. What we have seen over quite a long time is a situation where in the Czech Republic products which are sold by certain companies under certain brands are different by quality or composition from products that are sold in Western European countries, usually in general. It's not 100% of products. According to surveys that have been done so far in the Czech Republic and Germany, let's say, it's about 1/3 of products which have the same brand and should be the same, but in reality, when they are sold in the Czech Republic, they are inferior in quality.
So, as a consumer, maybe you notice that in
yes.
the market?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I lived in Belgium and Western Europe for 10 years. So I think I can comment on how it looks when you go and buy products in Western Europe and you do the same thing here in Central and Eastern Europe. And definitely you see the results, you feel it. And we hear that it's because of the taste preferences of the consumers. But when I speak to my family, my colleagues, nobody wants these inferior quality products actually.
So can you show us some examples? Can you?
Yes, first we have some studies from the Czech University of Chemistry, but we are preparing some more complex exercise. Let's say we would like to do a certain mapping of the products being sold in the Czech Republic and around the Czech Republic. And we are now preparing a tender because we want this to be done in a very proper way, so that nobody can say, look guys, you wanted to have a certain result, so you ask somebody to produce it. No, this is not possible. So we are now preparing a tender, and this tender procedure will result in a company or let's say a consortium of companies that will carry out quite substantial research on the quality and prices, composition of products in the Czech Republic. From the results we have seen so far, it's like certain fats, spreadable fats, and by chance in the Czech Republic the fat content is 60%. In Germany it's 70%. So I don't know, decide if you want, if you're buying a spreadable fat, if you want it to be 60 or 70%. Then we have different soft drinks. Soft drinks are very typical category of products where the quality I think is quite inferior. In the Czech Republic, the product contains sugar, but also fructose and stevioglycoside. In Germany, it's only sugar.
And you can show it at the camera, please. Yeah. Okay.
Then I don't want to promote any marks, yeah, but we can show it. Then here, this product as well. It's the same thing in Germany. It's only sugar. In the Czech Republic, it's fructose, glucose syrup, aspartame, acesulfam. So another one, needless to repeat. It's the same thing. It's quite strange. That's all the same thing. And you asked me as a consumer, let's say ordinary consumer, not a deputy minister. Last year, at the end of last year, I went with friends, so I bought one of these soft drinks. I don't drink them too often. And when I tasted it, I said, it's impossible I don't like the taste. So immediately I turned the bottle around and I looked for composition. And of course, there was no sugar. I was used to these products in Western Europe with sugar, so I immediately recognized the big difference in taste. And I really think it's not the preferences of the Czech consumers. Then we have some cases, and you could ask my wife. She goes furious when she buys some of these fish in tin or canned fish. Because what you get in Western Europe is a good meat. It's good meat. What you get here usually, it's little pieces, and you can't do the same cooking at home with it, and it looks the same thing. What we have here as example, it's not the same mark. It was just comparison of two canned canned foods, fish, but normally I get one of them here in Western Europe. So that's it.
Deputy Minister, which are the buttons to push by the Czech government in your country and at the EU levels? Which are the procedures?
Well, we have to discuss which are the correct buttons, as you have put it, because at the European level, the European Commission has not acted so far, and when we raised this issue on the European level, we always heard that it's the preferences of consumers, it's the single market, we are not supposed to intervene, we should let it be, and so on. We were not satisfied with these answers, so we have decided, it was the minister's decision actually, to carry out the study that I have mentioned, and we will see later on. First, we want to get this let's say robust research, and then we will look for the ways forward. It might be the directive on the consumer protection, it might be something else, but for us it's important to prove now quite clearly that the inferior quality in the Central and Eastern Europe, I would say in the new member states in general, is not just by chance, and this is because some companies want to save money on us as consumers. And there was a good remark I heard about this recently. It's we should perhaps compare production costs, and we think we would find out that in new member states the production costs or the production costs for the products which are then being sold in the new member states are lower than those for Western Europe.
But the prices of the products in the shelves?
Well, we have seen some comparisons, and actually what we saw is when the product is of lower quality, or let's say a different composition, and I perceive it personally as lower or inferior quality, then it's slightly cheaper in the Czech Republic. When the product is of the same quality, which is, let's say, maybe more than half of the products, then the price is higher here than in Germany. And if you look at the average salary here and in Germany, it's a big difference. So it's quite strange to see the same products being sold in our country for higher prices than in Germany.
Hungary and Slovakia have similar positions. Do you have coordinated actions in Europe with these countries?
Yes, indeed. You know that the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Poland and Hungary are members of the Visegrad countries, and this group is meeting in an enlarged format on a quite regular basis, and then Romania, Bulgaria and Slovenia are being invited usually. So we have held discussions on this topic several times. We know that in Bulgaria they were showing these results as well at the European level without any success. And we think that now we have to be really well prepared for the discussion at the European level to prove that what is happening here is not correct, and there should be a remedy, which should be, of course, done at the EU level.
In Romania, for example, do you have discussions with your counterparts regarding this issue? Have you discussed the situation?
Yes, we have had. I don't tell you. I don't know by heart what the date it was, but we have had several discussions, and we will hold some more once we get the results of the study.
Mm-hmm. So, do you seek allies for this situation, for this problem, in order to be prepared and to push forward in Brussels?
We will, yes, we will seek an alliance. When we have the results, we will present it to the Visegrad enlarged group. We will hold discussion, exactly, including Romania, Bulgaria and Slovenia. We have had very good cooperation with all these countries within the enlarged Visegrad group. So we think it's time to come again with this topic. The discussion we had during the Czech presidency of the Visegrad group. So quite naturally, we want to continue. We are a bit unhappy about the EU situation that we haven't received any positive reaction to our request. But we think perhaps it's a matter of explaining better what is this about. And of course, we understand in EU 15, when the producers produce quality products and the consumers get those quality products, this EU, for them, this is no topic. For us, it must be a topic because it concerns the Czech consumers, of course.
On the other hand, these claims could be seen as a populist or nationalistic narrative against foreign companies and brands. How would you comment this?
Well, why should this be nationalistic or something like this?
For example, some people could think that you target the international brands, international companies.
But we don't care about international companies. We care about the quality and about the production of the Czech consumers. So if they sell the products of the same quality as in their countries, if they sell it for the same prices, we won't say nothing. Mm-hmm. Why should we wage war against international companies? It doesn't make any sense. What would we get in return? Nothing, actually. Of course, we say to our consumers that if you buy the Czech products, the local products, the regional products, you support your producers, your neighbors. It helps the employment, it helps the tax revenues and so on. This is a good thing. But on the other hand, this is about quality. And I have shown you just very briefly, there are differences in quality. The differences are not in favor of the Czech consumers, so we demand at least equality. That's it.
Okay, but what about the Czech brands? For example, the well-known beers. Do you think they have different qualities in Czech Republic and elsewhere, for example, Romania, too?
Well, the Czech beer is a very good example, actually. You have chosen an excellent example, I have to say, because the Czech beer is a name which has been registered in the European Union under very strict quality requirements. So whoever produces in the Czech Republic beer and they want to call it the Czech beer and export it as the Czech beer, they have to fulfill all the requirements of the specification of the product. So it has to be produced by the traditional decoction methods, not the infusion. There has to be all these materials as malt and hops and everything. So every time you see the Czech beer labeled as the Czech beer, it must be fully compliant with these products. And this is being controlled. It's a permanent surveillance of the market surveillance authority. So no, I can't see any example where our producers of beer would export something inferior. No.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.